Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Jadiwan, and welcome to the first episode of Interstellar Rift. We are going to play Drifters, and the galaxy I created is Drifters Alliance. So this is it says for experienced players, and I've been playing the game quite a bit. I have a multiplayer server running. So if you're interested in joining me, Tat, and CB on the multiplayer server, leave me a message, give me a comment on my channel, or even find me on Steam. I'm Jadiwan, Jadiwan. Send me an invite for a friend invite, and we will take care of it. Now let's get started, and maybe I will show you something about Interstellar Rift that will help you get your gamer's edge on before we are done. Off to the right. So let's go take a look around at this. This is the pit. We gotta go upstairs. So let's see. Well, we got the jukebox right there. I don't have music. Resources, tools. Let's do that. And let's press search. I have no idea what it does. Okay. So salvage. Okay, basically we get silicone. You get a salvage unit. You get that through a salvage unit. And I'm not sure what that is. There's quite a bit here. Bring this up. We got a message right here. That's your welcome message. So we can delete that. And then you want to you want to backspace there. So if you want to check anything else out, your device manager, your ship's map, when you got one, this will give us a map of this base. So if we do that, we see this base. We are right there, and then we can see all the different parts of it. This will bring up your status. You can check your ship status, your diplomacy, equipment, faction status. Well, we don't have any of that yet. And this is where you can make crews for multiplayer. And one of the advantages of making a crew is, I will show you in here. If you make a crew, you will get a crew section. And this means the whole crew can put stuff in that section. And if you make a fleet, you'll get a third storage area. And that means anybody in the fleet can access this. So if you're playing a big multiplayer server, you may have a crew. There'll be a fleet. They'll probably have a fleet set up, but there may be 3 or 4 different crews as members of that fleet. So you can see how that could be beneficial and material-wise. I don't think he wants to talk to us. Data analysis. When you get these cards, you put these in these machines. When you get one, I'll show you how that goes about. I don't think there's anything else we can go over this way. That's Mining Bay 1. This is a Rift. No, this is just a hollow tank. And we can basically, it's on everything but asteroids. So if you look at that, that's got the black pit in it. That's got defense drones. So it kind of shows you what's around. And then this is the drifters. We have 100 rep. This is the stuff they will sell you. Not much. But I suggest you buy the repair tool. And you buy repair tool ammo. Now to get off of this screen, you press Q. And that'll put you back up on the top screen. You can press Q again if you want to bring that up. And then press 1 or 2. Okay. Now when we get the rep up to level 1, we will be able to get a generator. Food will help heal you. So you can buy oxygen, hydrogen, but we can mine that. Okay, and then we got ship editing, loans, and Dropbox. So we go over here. This is where we're going to design and build our ship. And I'm actually going to I'm not going to spawn a ship in. We're going to make one. It may look boxy for a while, but I got an idea on something. This is disposal if you want to get rid of stuff. This is your set information. You can get information about your ships. And this can be about cartridges we can find possible. That's nothing. Okay, we can open that. Okay, nothing in there. So we checked out that. This is not a very big station. Not at all. So we can take a loan out if you need to. You will have to pay it back. And this is where you get your quests. So once we got a ship built, we can look. Okay, so let's look at a search and destroy. Mission details. They want us to kill some stuff. We'll get paid that amount of money. We'll get that much hydrogen, that much oxygen, and we'll get 75 rep. Defending the frontier. We'll just check out a couple. So we'll get a good bit of money. That'll be nano for armor repair, and you'll get 100 rep. So we will be doing some missions. Let's go see what's upstairs. I don't think there's much. Just windows and whatnot. Okay, there is no fall damage, so if you really want to jump down these things, you can do that. So let's go into the mining bay. A little bit of storage there on a pallet. You mine up here, so we're going to set this. So what you want to look for, so we need iron, copper, we want to add to it. So you want to look for the highest you can get on the screen, then press mine. You can walk away, you don't have to stay here and do that. This is a pallet transporter. So this will teleport the pallets to your ship if that's where you want. Or, once you figure out what pallets are what, we want to go down. This is where you're going to process your ores. Well, as soon as we get some up there, we will do that. And then back to the pit. So we got to do a lot of up and down running around, and I have a lot of ores to process. And that's just another screen about system information. We have to go through here. And then over here, and then we can deposit all that into our personal. One of the things I did learn in multiplayer is that when you initially build a ship, that as far as I've been able to figure out, all that needs to be in your personal inventory. So let's go up. I will show you how to. Okay, where does it appear? Okay, right there. So we want to pick it up, and then we basically want to find it. Another one and set it going again. 309. There's a good one. There's a good bit of copper. Now I could use this. So you press 1 to bring up your window. I could use this to store my copper until we got enough. But that's not the end of the world. So we got a bit right there. So what I can do, go like that. Oh, we don't want to go back out there. I'll work my way around this new base. What we come to here is we'll go to here. We'll just put everything in. All right. So we can do this in stages. Let's go ahead and no, let's go back out. So let's go ahead and make that iron. Now, once it's made, it's going to come out of here. So basically, want to pick it up, put it back in our inventory. And we Come up here, it's still processing. And basically it's making full stacks of 600. And this will be a partial stack. Oh, that's a partial. So what we want to do now is put it back in. Just that way it clears your hand up. Go ahead and we can make steel now. Because I put iron in, and now we use that carbon to make some steel. We'll wait for that to come out. That'll be a partial stack, not a full stack. That's fine. Now we'll make that copper. So now what we can do is take this iron out like this. Left click onto that symbol there. And then we've got all the processed material out. We'll go to the pit. Around the corner, press 1 and bam, 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 bam. Put it in. And now our totals have gone up. So we set this off right before we went down. There's another good one right there. Do that one. Do that. We just pick up everything on here again like that and repeat the process. Now you've got to build up the materials. So I'll do this one more time. So first off, we'll put everything in there. And then I found if we build the iron, then we put the iron in, we can build the steel and build our little bit of copper bars, and then we cleared out that whole batch. And you just wait for it to process. Unfortunately, it's part of the grinding that you have to do. And you just sit right here. You don't even have to move from here. You've got a reasonable reach. Now, things will stack as long as you pick them up. Like there's a partial. Now if I had another stack, it would finish filling that pack as long as I picked them up. Okay, so we want to come here and we'll go like that, like we did before. Now I can make that steel out of what iron I got, which will match up. Let that process make the copper, then take everything out. Okay, so now we've got all the steel made. I can pick up that iron because it's going to go, and then process the copper. And then that's it. There's nothing left in here. We've got everything out of here. Oh, shift key helps you run. And then press 1 and deposit. And as you can see, our totals are going up. We're going to need a lot more copper, but we are still going to need more steel. So we need to get this all up. So I'm thinking right now, still got to learn my way around. This is the drop area. So if you complete a quest, you'll see it on here. And then if you were required to bring materials to a place, you would drop it in here. So we'll go to the ship editor. And let's go to a design. All right. So you have some different screens here. Now this is telling us we're going to need teleporter, life support, and no armor generator. You can collapse that, get it out of your way. So this is the systems you can put in. That's an oxygen, wall terminal, turret, disposal, salvage unit. That's under that. This list is under that symbol, okay? A lot of this we can't even use yet. We don't have the materials, which is aluminum on up. Now you press that symbol and you get another one, batteries, your teleporter, hydrogen generators. See, that's the first hydrogen generator. And right there you can see it requires iron and copper. Go to this one, iron, copper, steel, iron, copper, and then aluminum, the green stuff. Now, this just requires iron and copper. That holds 10,000. This one, why did you bring it in? Okay, this one will hold 25,000. This will hold 75. Now this is 1 block high, this is 2 blocks high, and this one is 3 blocks high. So depending on how you want to build your ship, I could put that one in there. Just one extra large hydrogen generator will hold 150,000. Now I showed you that teleporter, that a pallet teleporter. What's nice about pallet teleporters is that you can fill that up and teleport it once you got your ship done and built. You can teleport all that hydrogen directly into that tank that you make in here. Okay, this is a ship's editor. You can put this on your ship. I'm not positive, but I do not think it allows you to edit your ship while you're on it. But it means you can spawn a second ship in, things like that. Edit a ship that's part of your fleet. This is your extractor, which is what we used up there. This is the processor, small refinery. This is what you can make right now. This is the big one that's there. The difference is the output chamber and speed. This is that cargo teleporter. Molecular assembler provides your respawn. You need that on your ship. Shield generator. So you go up and the requirements go up. So you'll need at least one of these on your ship. My build usually puts 2. Transponder. This is for you to call for help. Okay, this is assembly machine. There's not one on this base. You will need to put one on your ship so that you can make ammo, nanos for your armor. So this is an ammo loader. This is where you would load the ammo at on your ship. This is a 3D printer. This will make cards and other things later. Engineering terminal. It's got its uses. I haven't quite got all that figured out yet. Hollow table. I showed you one up there. This is a small rift generator, then larger and larger as you go up. You will eventually need to have one of these on your ship. Gravitational anchor. It has a storage capacity, and it doesn't allow your ship to move. How high it is, I think it's 2. This is a tray terminal. I haven't really used one yet, but we will eventually put one on the ship. This is your first CPU. You will need one. This will give you 300 CPU capabilities, which will be your armor, your shield, and your weapons. And those require CPU, and you'll have up to 300 points of CPU. The next stage up requires the aluminum, but it also allows you to put cards in. This is your armor generator. You will have to put nanos in there. So you'll have to fabricate those. So you'll need that fabricator I talked about. This, I have never made one of these, so I don't know if cards go there, but this is your data cord. This does take cartridges. And this is cyber warfare, which I not yet got into. This is it gets some automation going, so we're way too low for that. And the nuclear reactor, which provides a lot more power, but requires a lot of different things. So we want to click back up to here. Where's my grid? I'll click the middle mouse button to look around. I want my grid back. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. We moved around. Okay. So this is basically the arrows help you design. If you got it backwards, it's not a big deal. So this is how we start our chambers. Room 0 is right there. So we'll do 4 wide, and then you add on to it to get you started. Now what's happening up here is it's telling you what it's going to cost you. Okay, middle mouse button to move, press your middle mouse button down so you can move around. Okay, and then what you want to do, I want to go higher, so you go 1 up, and then you can add and make this room 2 stories high. Okay, so we want to name this room. You click on it, and you can backspace. Well, sorry, makes the cursor there. You can backspace that out. This is not going to be engineering. This is going to be manufacturing. And fab. Okay, and then click enter. So that names that room. Now you click the plus button and you'll get another capability of another room. We want to down arrow down because of what I'm going to use is actually too high. So we want a little bit of space to put some stuff in there. Then click the arrow up and make the second story. I got the right spot. Oh, I don't have it. Okay. So basically right click and I can remove that. Arrow down and then right click and I can remove that. Okay. So what I'm thinking is this area is going to be like that. Give us a little bit of space in that area because we're going to, and then that area is going to be that. So we click here and we can put different cockpits on. I'm going to put that one on and I'll show you as we go down. So let's get that off my screen like that. And you can see the cockpit. So what I want to go now is to this one and go to walkways. And we'll put simple floor decor in like that. And then we go to stairs and I need to arrow down. Okay. And then I can put the stair in. Use your arrow keys to situate it. So I can do a stair, type 1, type 2. They don't really tell you. But if I do that, it can go different ways, but it's going to end up on that side. Put that stair in. And then as you can see, we have a stairway going down to that lower section of the bridge. So we can do this, and then we can rename that bridge. And then click enter. Oh, I spelled it wrong. BR. And then click enter. And it'll fix it. I screwed up. Okay. That's easy enough. That's our manufacturing and fab backup. This is our bridge. There we go. I've been putting extra keys and everything in. And I just did it again. Oh well. I gotta slow down. Fix that. Take that off. Alright. So now that's manufacturing fab. Now I click the bridge and it highlights the bridge. Okay. Now if we click this, we get an idea what it actually looks like from the outside. Boxy right now, but we can fill in shapes. Not a problem. So we go back up to this. We get to show this. You know what? I do want that 3 high. We do want this wider. I'll finish filling in floors later. So I think what we're going to do there is we'll go to manufacturing, go down 1, and we'll make this 1 more wide on that side, and 1 more. I get myself pointing. Okay, yeah, 1 more wide here. Then we arrow back up. We do the same thing. And I want my bridge about that because I plan on putting some turrets in. Okay. So ultimately what we want to put in there is then we'll start adding equipment. Now my engineering, I'll show you so you see what I've got coming, what I'm planning on designing up, okay? That, I haven't got the engineering to what I want, but what I'm going to do is now we've got all these blocks. And let's say I want to do this. I can start this going up, and I can build up. And I'm going to build something. It's from a ship that I've spawned in my multiplayer, but I'm going to build this one myself, so it will be different. But so up there, now we're already at, right here, 4,028K of iron and 222 copper so far. That's just what we just put in. And there's a lot more coming. So when I get the design finished up, we will know. So that's the basics of shipbuilding. This here is your guns. And basically you got light pulse lasers. I go with autocannons. And then an EMP, which is against missiles. We can't make this small mounted turret yet. We can't make missile launcher yet. And we can't make the flak cannon. So the only thing we can put on there is an EMP, which I haven't used yet. And then autocannon or this. Now this, I ran 2 shield, so this, I've got this figured out. Off of that CPU, I can run 2 shield generators, 2 armored, or 4 armor. No, wait. Yeah, 2 shield generators, 2 armor, 4 ammo loaders, and I think it's 8 or 10 of those guns. You see how that's got 20 CPU usage. Okay, so everything requires, you're limited on what you can put on the ship by the CPU. So I hope you, so the next step is we want to save this. These are all my other ships that I've been playing with. Now some of these are off of Steam, and I've downloaded them and I've modified them. Okay. My Slasher MK1 is what we're going to base this build on, but we're going to design it completely differently, but it's going to be similar. It initially came Slasher Eve on the Steam Workshop. And then I've got a Slasher Eve mod that I was changing it, and then I've got my Slasher MK1, which is my total modifications. But just so you, but right now we want to save this. So we're going to call this one, what should we call it? We'll make it simple. Make it Mach 1. This is version 1. And this is our save. MK1. Save it. Okay, blueprint saved. Now if you go to load right here, I should have, that should have been saved. Okay. Okay, I think I just, how did I get out of that? F key took me out of that. So we want to save that. Saved. So if I go back up here, We can go to load blueprint. We've got that. But that's the blueprints on this game. Now I can go to import ship files. Oh, I didn't want that. Wrong one. And then I can click here to load blueprints. Yeah, we don't want that. Waiting for that to go away. We can load blueprints. But we can go down to this one. I'm trying to remember if there's a way to get the previous stuff up, and I just can't remember. I'll get it worked out. I'll have to figure this out because I just actually don't remember what I got to do. This is our MK1, so I can actually get the other blueprints in here eventually. So we can exit out of this. We've saved the Drifter MK1 where I'm at right now. And basically we can, so we go back to the pit. And I got to do some more mining. So I will actually do a bunch of mining, get the materials up, and the next episode will be doing some more designing. I am not sure of the uses of this yet. Other than the fact that we clicked on, so if we click on so basically this helps you get your ratios. 1 carbon to 2 iron will get you 1 steel. Okay, so if we click this, silicone, search, I guess. Basically 1 silicone. Okay, here we go. So what we want to make is standard ammo. What it means, we have to make standard shells and nitrogen oxide in an assembly machine will get a standard ammo by 2. Okay, this is the big, that's standard. I just want to show you about this a little bit more. So we go over one more. And these are different things you can make. Fuels, advances. What I'm looking for is nanos. Xanthium, right here, the first xanthium that you have to make. You'll make it in your small refinery. You will need to find beryllium, deuterium, which you can make out of hydrogen, out of oxygen, out of water, and nitrogen. And that will get you 100 xanthium. That is what you need to use a rift generator. So this all goes up. So you can do your research on one of these things and figure things out. I was looking for nanobots, but there they are. Standard nano. This is what you put into the armor thing. You will need 2 iron, 1 copper. And you will have to make that in an assembly machine. Okay, so you see the importance of, and you can't, there's not one on the station. So you've got to put that on your ship.